Hi! You guys, I'm really excited to be here with you. If you caught me, I moved forward because I'm wearing athletic bottoms and I'm like, oh, whoops, but let's be real. Party up top, I'm comfy down below, and you guys might be able to relate because this is an introverted group. And I think it's pretty awesome because I kind of, we talk about riding the roller coaster of entrepreneurship, but I've rode the roller coaster of being an introvert and an extrovert and then an introvert again over and over again because of different things that happened to me in my life. And then we start, the head trash starts up and then I become introverted again because I think other people are judging me. So I'm thinking that you guys might be able to relate a little bit on some type of level to that introvert extrovert roller coaster because I truly love connection. I love working with people one-on-one. I like to have a lot of fun in everything that I do. And that's the extroverted side of me, right? But then the introverted side of me is like, what are they gonna think about me? Am I qualified enough? Do I have the right credentials? Blah, blah, blah. And it's all head trash because truly we're all qualified. So that was a little intro. My name is Jenna Corelli. You guys, I am a business consultant and I have a digital marketing agency. I think there are 11 or 12 people working for me at this point, and that all happened in the past year. I'm really excited to kind of share my journey with you and an exercise or two, if we have enough time, I'll share 2 exercises that are going to help you just live your life both personally and professionally in a much better way and just be in a better place personally and professionally because it's all related, right? Self-care, boundaries, building a business, it's not easy and it all needs to be related in order for every little avenue to work. So if you're hopping on here with me, say hi, maybe tell me what kind of business you run so that I have an idea of, I can make some comparisons and relations to clients that I've worked with if I know what kind of business you are running. I'm very happy to be here, blessed and thankful that both Casey and Eleni allowed me to be in here. Let me just refresh the group to make sure that I'm live, and I am. Awesome. So I will be able to see comments coming through on my phone, but I can also, if you see me veer off to the right, it's because I'm looking at comments. Okay, you guys are commenting and I'm not seeing them. Okay, awesome. Hi, I'm so glad that you guys are here. Okay, cool. So let me give you a little background about me. I told you I'm now a business consultant and I have a digital marketing agency. All right, I'm seeing comments coming through over here. Hi, Lisa. But I consider myself very multi-passionate, and maybe you can relate. If you can relate, let me know. I was a paralegal for 6 years. I then got into health coaching. I became a CrossFit coach. So my very first entrepreneurial business was live seminars for members of a CrossFit gym. And we taught all things nutrition and fitness. And that was back in 2014, 2015. That was still while I was working my full-time job as a paralegal. I did not transition out of my full-time job until I had my daughter in 2016. So in July of 2016, I felt like a fraud because I had my daughter and I was like, you know what? I'm not passionate about helping other people lose weight anymore or lose body fat. And I felt like a fraud. But I want you to know that if you are feeling pulled in different directions at different parts of your journey, it is okay to take a left turn. It is okay to transition. It is okay to take the road less traveled, right? It's okay to be rebellious. It's okay. So when that happened to me, I had to learn to automate that part of my business so that I could transition and focus on something else, but still be earning money in the process. I always want people to be making money that fronts the payments and expenses for another business endeavor that they might be growing. So what I had to do was I had to turn that nutrition business passive so that I can focus then on business consulting. And I kind of came full circle because we primarily work with people in the wellness industry. That's okay if you're behind. Digital marketing, Casey's in digital marketing, awesome. Social media marketing is your specialty, Eleni, that is great. So we have a lot in common, but I wanted you to know that I do have that background in nutrition. I have a background in working in 2 network marketing companies and managing downlines, and also now project management for my own team. And I have a project manager that actually works for me as well. But I just wanted to lay that out on the table. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change your passion. At every moment in your business, you should be aligned with your core values and beliefs, and they might change, and that's okay. So I am a multi-passionate entrepreneur. You might be as well. So one thing that we have to do is somehow keep focused, right? And for me, for a very long time, I was like, I'm the only one that can work in my business. My husband's in the finance industry, and I was like, I don't even want you monitoring my profit loss statements. Like, I am the only CEO here, and I'm doing everything myself, because if I delegate to someone else, it's going to be done incorrectly, right? That was my mindset, and that's not a good mindset to be in, especially as an entrepreneur. In like the beginning stages of your business, you're then going to experience that growth. And when you want to go from growth to scalability, you need there to be more than one person. You cannot be solo. You need, if it's not a team, then it's a mentor. If it's not a mentor, it's your mom, or it's your spouse, or it's a colleague or a friend. You need somebody else there to help guide you and make sound business decisions, right? So today we're going to go into an exercise that helps you do just that. And if you click the link above, sorry, I think my light's going in and out, so if I'm dark, I apologize. But if you click that link above, I'm gonna pull it up on my screen, it takes you to a product rating spreadsheet. Yeah, you guys agree with needing support. Now, this isn't an opt-in. This is just a Google spreadsheet that I created. And if you all pop into it, it's going to be a working document. So if you want to personalize this for yourself and you actually want to walk through this exercise with me, which you should do, by the way, I want you to go to File and make a copy. Make a copy. Instead of the title being product rating template, make it your name product rating template, right? Or product rating sheet, so that you know it's yours. That way, if we're all in the same document making edits to one document as a working document, that's not going to be good. We want to make sure it's our own. So just make sure you make a copy of it, and that's it, and we can walk through it. All right, so this is the first exercise. I have a second exercise if we have enough time. I tend to talk a lot, and I want to answer all of your questions as well as we go through this, either live or if you're watching the replay, please tag me and ask questions, because you might have some. And chances are, if you have a question, somebody else has the same question. So do not be afraid to ask. But I want to walk you through this document. Now, there are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. The very first column is product. Now, product can be product or services. It can be a physical product. It can be a course. It can be a product or a service. So let's say, I don't know what you guys are doing for your business, but you might do business consults, like telephone consults, write it down. If you're a speaker, write live speaking event down. If you have a course, an online course, write that course down. If you are doing master classes, or you're scheduling live interviews, or you have a podcast, put a podcast down. I want you to list all the products and services that you are currently running in your business. And I also want you to list products and services that you want to be doing. So things that you want to do in the future, like writing a book. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to speak. So maybe that's a thought for the future. Put that down. I want you to write down business consults where you actually pick up a phone and you schedule consults with people. Whatever your industry is, if you physically pick up a phone and you have one-on-one consults with people, write that down. If you hold master classes, if you hold masterminds, put that down as well. I want everything in there, everything, like inspired ideas that come from the shower. If you want to be the next Tony Robbins, put it down. That's a product or a service that you are selling. So I want that to go in that column, in that product column. Now, I'm just going to be, maybe you're not doing this exercise right now, so this video might be me explaining it and then you going back and doing this after the fact if you want to think about it a little bit more. But I want you then to rate each product on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the least and 5 being the most. What this is going to do for all of us who are multi-passionate, who have a million ideas, who every day when we get out of the shower, we're like, oh, I want to do that and I want to act upon it right now. What this is going to do is help us prioritize. Help us say, this is a priority right now. This might be a priority for next month, next quarter, next year. And if it's a priority for next quarter or next year, maybe sometimes next month, we might put that on the back burner, is what I call. I use a project management system called Trello in my business to keep everything organized, and we have a card in this project management system that is actually titled back burner. So when I use Voxer. So when I Vox my online business manager and I'm like, I just got out of the shower and I want to do this course. This is an amazing course and I'm going to start working on it right now. And she goes, Jenna, that's an incredible idea, but probably not something that you should be focused on right now. So let's put it on the back burner card. All right. So what this exercise is going to do for us is it's going to help us stay aligned with our current core values and beliefs and allow us to visually see all the things we're doing, right? Because many times we are doing all the things or trying to do all the things and we don't realize how much we're putting on our plate until we see it. So let's go down each column then. So profitability, what does that mean? So how profitable is this particular product or service that you wrote down? How profitable is it? Or if it's not a product or service that you're currently running, how profitable can it be? On a scale from 1 to 5, we don't need to put too much thought into this. Just think, how much money can this actually make me, right? On the ease of delivery column, we're thinking about how easy it is for us to actually get this product or service into the hands of our ideal client, our target audience. How easy is it for it to deliver? So if you are offering a service and somebody's paying you through PayPal, and PayPal has that little drop-down option where you can deliver a PDF instantly upon payment, that's a pretty easy delivery, right? So the product, if it's a passive product, if it's just a PDF download, so think about your lead magnets or your freebies maybe, they're opting in to that lead magnet or that freebie and they're getting the product delivered instantly and you're not doing anything, right? That would be pretty easy to deliver. Now, if it's a business consult and they're scheduling time on your calendar, that would not be a 5, right? Maybe that's a 2, a 3, or 4. I don't know what that is for you, but you actually have to show up. You have to be in the right energy at a certain time, in a certain space. You need to be on that call. So it's not as easy to deliver as something that is passive, right? So the next column, I'm checking your comments here. Casey, this is amazing. I have shiny squirrel syndrome and try to do everything at the same time. Yes, I think we can all relate to that. So an exercise like this is just something that kind of brings you back into your place and reminds you like, yes, you're amazing and you're multi-talented and you can multitask. But a lot of times this multitasking really holds us back in our business and it keeps us stagnant for a very long time. So if we're looking to achieve our biggest payday yet, if you're looking to have your highest month of income, you gotta stay focused, right? You need to bring yourself back together, and think about it. If you're really scatterbrained and you're kind of confused as to what your offer is at this moment, your audience is also very confused, because if you're in the online space and social media and you're putting out one offer today, another offer tomorrow, another offer next week, and they don't flow and they're not really connected, they're confused. So if you're confused, they're confused. The next column is enjoyability. So do you actually enjoy doing this, right? Like, is it fun for you, this product or this service? Is it fun? How fun? On a scale from 1 to 5, how fun is it? Ease of sale. How easy is it for you to sell? Is this something, I remember in network marketing, like, you had to contact 50 people in order to get one person to say yes, and it was like meeting that quota of 50 people. Like, that's really hard, right? And that's draining. So how easy is it for you to actually sell? Can you put one post out on social media and you get 5 people who buy? Or do you need to post over and over and over and over and over again before you even get one person who's a lead, who's interested, and they don't even buy? And then you have to get on the phone with them and you have to convert them on the phone, and maybe your sales conversions on the phone are like 5 to 1. So you have to talk to 5 people before one person actually buys. That's not really an easy sale. Maybe you're running Facebook ads and it's like a set it and forget it, and the ad just brings all the leads in, and people purchase your products all the time through ads. That's really easy. That's an easy sale. So think about each product on each line and how easy it actually is to sell that product. Now the next one is repeatability. So once we bring clients in, right? Once we receive these clients, we want to retain them. A current client or customer is the easiest sale to make, is the easiest money to continue to bring in on a repeatable, scale. The hardest client or customer to get are your cold leads, or brand new people who don't know you, like you, or trust you. The one in the middle is a referral, right? So it's really easy to get another sale from a current client. It's really easy to get a referral. So if you have a really good relationship with a current client, they're going to talk about you. They're going to talk about your products and your services. They're going to refer you to others. What's really difficult is getting new leads, new cold leads. So you need to either, you need to work on your front end marketing and maybe back end marketing in order to bring that up. So think about repeatability. How easy is it for you to then retain a customer? If you have a 6-week program, do they then get the option to re-up their program and work with you for another 6 weeks? Or do you have to kind of fight for them to continue as a client? Think about that product, that specific service. How easy is it for you to keep that client on an ongoing basis? And this also helps you think about the retention strategy that you have as well. So you might need to rework a retention strategy. If a client stays with you for 6 months to 12 months, that's good to know, right? You want to know so that you can project your numbers moving forward in your business, and actually have an idea of what your yearly profit's going to be at the end of the year. We want to make sure that we are projecting those numbers. So this will also help you do that. And the very last column is my favorite because I love automation. How automated is this product or service? And this could be a word that's like, what the hell does that mean, Jenna? Please explain automation to me. Are you manually doing everything, every step for this product to be delivered for this client to receive their desired outcome? Do you need to manually work? Do you need to provide energy day in and day out in order to get this client from point A to point Z? Or is this an automated workflow? Do they pay you, and upon payment, they immediately receive a contract? After the contract is signed, they immediately get an invoice. After the invoice is signed, they're sent into a workflow that sends them email 1, email 2, email 3, the product, a reminder, whatever. Like, that's completely just automated. That would be awesome, right? That would be a 5 in that column. So maybe you don't have anything that's totally passive right now. That's okay. Again, we can write products and services in that very first column that we are thinking of creating. So maybe you have a live course running through a Facebook group right now that you would love to turn passive and sell through a third-party course builder site like Teachable or Kajabi, or even just as a PDF downloaded workbook. If that's something that you would love to do in the future, put that in your product column and rate that under automation. So at the very end of this exercise, you're going to have totals. You're going to have numbers here. When I've done this with my clients, they're usually, you usually have an idea of which one's going to be the highest total, but it just makes it clearer, and it helps you to stay focused again on prioritizing your business and how you're running your business in the current situation that you're in. So you want to focus on that product or that service that has the highest number, because it's going to be your 5s or close to 5s across the board. And that's what we want. Yay! Automated onboarding is Eleni's on her priority list, and eliminates anxiety and self-doubt. It absolutely does, because here's the deal. Back-end marketing versus front-end marketing, two different terms that sometimes go in one ear and out the other. I'm not going to talk about the two and the difference between the two right now, but a lot of times we forget about the back end, and the back end is our email marketing system, our contracts, our invoices, the actual delivery of our products or our services. And we focus too much on front end marketing, which is being on social media, being on Facebook, going live on video. And then all of a sudden your business goes through this growth stage, and you have a ton of people coming at you. It will happen. You have a ton of people actually saying, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. How do I work with you? And you're so overwhelmed with these messages, and you're saying yes across the board, which boundaries are another thing that you'd want to think about, because you want to not say yes to everyone once your business is growing. But then you have all these people paying you, and they're ready to start working with you, and nothing on the back end is automated or, ready to go. And now you're scrounging. You're like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out what I put in a contract. I need to manually send all these invoices out. Now I need to decide how I'm going to introduce myself to these people. And oh wait, I don't have an online scheduler, so I don't even know how I'm gonna decide when I get on the phone with these people. And it's chaos, right? It's awesome because you have people who want to work with you and they want to pay you, but then you're kind of unorganized and it's chaos on the back end, which is frustrating. And I'm not the woo-woo type, but I feel like at that moment you're kind of telling the universe that you can't receive any more clients at that moment because you're too overwhelmed. And I've been through this where I've gotten myself into situations where I'm really, really overwhelmed, and I find it's a lull period in my business. So it would be a month where I don't really make much money. And I talked to my husband, and I'm like, what happened this past month? And he's like, well, you were really stressed out. You had a lot of anxiety. I have an almost 2-year-old daughter, running her around all the time. So on the weeks, on the days, on the months where I'm really stressed out or have a lot of anxiety, I find that I'm not open to receiving clients. I'm not open to receiving money. And like I said, I'm not the woo-woo type, but I do believe that when you're closed to the outside world, you're not going to make money. You're not going to have clients coming and wanting to work with you because you actually don't want them, because you don't know what to do once they sign up, and then you're overwhelmed and it causes this additional level of stress. So I'm wondering if you guys can relate. So let's see how long I've been chatting with you guys. Okay, it's only 23 minutes. So I want to continue because I want to go into my second exercise because I think it plays along really well with this one. Let me just grab the link. I'm going to put it in the comments to a second sheet, you guys. I like Google Sheets. My clients and I, we work together on Google Documents and Google Sheets to kind of format programs and organize things. And then we just put everything into a project management system. So this sheet is going to be the FTF sheet. And again, if you are going to actively work through this spreadsheet, I would love for you to just file, make a copy, and title it something of your own, because this is a working document. So if you make edits to it, we can all see it. And then if everybody's trying to make edits to one document, it can get a little chaotic, kind of like our brains and our businesses at different times, right? So this is called FTF template. And what this does is it's almost stream of consciousness. And I try and do this weekly, but you can start monthly. It's literally just don't even think about what you're writing down. I want you've got a column for frustrations, you have a column for tolerations, and a column for fascinations. And this is going to relate to both personal and business. And I want you to just go to town in that frustrations column and write everything down that frustrates the heck out of you right now. Like doing dishes. You hate doing dishes. You hate cleaning the house. Maybe you hate sending contracts. You hate sending invoices. You hate billing your team at the end of the month. What are the things in your business that really frustrate you? Do you not like writing? Do you hate writing blog posts? Do you hate writing content for your company? Do you hate going live on Facebook? You're an introvert. Maybe you actually hate going live on Facebook, and people have been telling you over and over and over again that you cannot be successful unless you go live on Facebook, and that's just not true, right? When we're working in our fascinations, anything and everything will come to you, will align, and you can build your business however you want. So it's really just getting rid of the head trash and getting rid of the associations and comparisons that you have online in order to really be successful in your own business. So I want you to write down in that frustration column everything that frustrates you, both personally and professionally. And then under tolerations, that's the things that like you actually don't mind doing. Like maybe you don't mind going live on Facebook, but it's not something you love. I mean, maybe you get like really nervous before you hop on live. I used to be like that. I literally would, I like to write. So I would open up a note, I would open notes up on my computer, and I would pre-write what I was going to say on my live video. And then I would just read it live. So it helped me to get comfortable with going live. And now I love going live. And I used to sweat and get really nervous before speaking in front of a live audience. And I still do prior to walking up on stage. And like that first sentence that I get out when I'm on stage, I'm really, really nervous. I'm like shaking and my face is red. But then I love it. And when you're talking about things that you're passionate about and you're really aligned with your core values and your beliefs, then you shine. Everybody shines. So that toleration column is like, I don't mind sending contracts out. I don't mind sending invoices out because it means I'm getting paid. But I would love for somebody else to do that possibly. And then the fascination column is just, you freaking love doing this, right? That fascination column is everything you love. Casey hates doing dishes. Put dishes in the frustration column because you might be able to delegate that to somebody else. So yeah, fascinations should be where we're always working. We're always working within our fascinations. And you know, as I mentioned before, I was a solopreneur for a very long time until I woke up one day about a year ago and I said, you know, my clients are really loving our partnership. They're loving the work that we're doing, but they're having trouble with this implementation step. I'm giving them all the strategy. I'm giving them all the know-how to build a business, a successful business, to automate their business and turn a program passive. But they don't have time, they don't have energy, and they don't have the know-how to actually go ahead and do it themselves. Like maybe their fascinations are not designing PDFs in Canva or Adobe or PowerPoint. Their fascinations are not back-end tech support, so they actually never got it done. And that was a huge pain point that I realized that my clients had. So one day I was like, all right, well, this is like a do or die situation, but that's the kind of situations that I've always put myself in, and they've always moved my business forward. I sat down with my husband. I always consult my husband. We make decisions together, and we decided that we were going to hire a team. We were going to form an agency. I hired seven people. Like the next week, I hired an online business manager. She found people for me to interview. So she did that whole like interview, like sifting through people in the online space to see who's qualified for the jobs that I needed. And then I got on the phone with all of these people and I chose my 7. And then that was like the end of the month. So the next month we started, and it was like, all right, we're going to do this like full force for 1 month. I have my clients and now I have my team. So when I tell my clients they need to do something, I now have my team to do it for them. So I know that not only are they getting the strategy, but now they're getting the implementation piece, which is the full picture that they need in order to grow and scale and make income in their business. So that was a risk, and we had decided that we were going to run that for a month, and if it totally bombed, then I was just going to let everyone go and say, I'm sorry, it didn't work out. But we're now a year later, and it was a turning point in my business. I have goosebumps even saying that, because I let go of my guard. I let go of my shield. I put some trust in some other people, which was really, really hard to do. It's not easy, but it was a breakthrough, right? I have 3 B's in my business. I talk about business, boundaries, and breakthroughs. This was a breakthrough, and this was a boundary that I previously had where I couldn't trust anybody, and I released that trust and I put it in somebody else. So now I have a team that actually implements. So where the heck was I going with that? I don't know. Automating, delegating, eliminating. So we've got this FTF template. So we want to take the columns, the column for frustrations, the column for tolerations, and the column for fascinations. And then if you scroll down on that spreadsheet, you've got a column for automate, delegate, eliminate. Now, to the person who said she hates doing dishes, I mean, there are things that we can't eliminate, right? We have to do dishes, right? At least rinse them off and put them in the dishwasher. Like, that process actually needs to happen. Unless you automate it, right? You can hire somebody to do your dishes. You can hire a chef to do your cooking. And that's all things that you can think about doing in the future. But right now, realistically, what can you do with each of your frustrations, your tolerations, and your fascinations to automate it, delegate it, or eliminate it? And that's where we can have a conversation after this, if for your personal situation, if you want, and I can help you decide. But like with the contract and the invoicing, there's a way to actually have somebody pay and automatically receive a contract, sign the contract and automatically receive an invoice. And that seems so simple and so like easy to do manually, but you have to think about your business as if there were hundreds of new leads coming in daily who wanted to work with you, because that's where you want to get, right? So you got to think that way. And once that's happening, you're not going to be able to manually send out contracts and invoices and onboarding documents to all of your clients as they're coming in, like this like crazy influx of clients. So it's really important to think about that and think about how you can automate and maybe let down your guard a little bit in your business. Thank you. Candy says she loves the strategies, how focused I am. I really care, guys, because I was once a mess and multi-passionate and doing all the things in my business and just overworking myself, and I had to come to this realization. So I'm glad that this is something that's helping you. I'm here now to answer questions. I'll be coming back to this video after it's posted within the group to answer questions. Eleni says she feels like she's at this point too. It's so scary. Every point is scary. You signed up to be an entrepreneur. You're never going to be satisfied. Let's just throw that out on the table. Every single level that you get. I like to say that I slid into entrepreneurship and I slid into every level that I became next. Like, I am now speaking on stages. I'm hosting a live event. That was not in my business plan, right? It's every life experience, every new business decision led me to where I am now. And I didn't plan for it to happen, but I just stayed aligned with my core values and beliefs and my passions. And I grew to love to talk to people. And I mean, as much as I work, I automate a lot of my business, so I don't work very much. I work about 4 hours a day, and I like that, right? I like that freedom, but I don't like talking to you right now behind a computer screen. Like, I like one-on-one in-person interaction. So that's why I'm now moving to like live events and speaking and going to live events and attending them, so I can actually interact with people and dance with you and like have a drink together or something and feel like I'm talking to a real life human. So I want you to think about those fascinations. And if you hire a team, if you do not currently have a team of people working behind you, when you do, you need to make sure that their main goal is to keep you working within your fascinations. if you hire, you know, what is the saying? Hire slow, fire fast. If you're hiring people to work for you and they're causing additional stress to you and your business, and they're not allowing you to do the things that you love to do, those things in that fascination column, get rid of them and find somebody else who, and you need to be open, right? We need to communicate as well to our teammates and let them know what these fascinations are, so that their goal is to do their job, but their goal is also to keep you working within your fascinations column. All right. So I think that's really, really important as well. That is all that I have for you guys today. I did briefly mention the BBB. I have a BBB, Business Boundaries Breakthrough, 6-week cycle program. I'm just going to put it out on the table. It's just really going through the businesses, your business growth, automation, how you kind of are going to see breakthroughs and boundaries, how it's going to look different at different stages of your business. If you're interested in hearing more, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Just reach out to me through direct message and we can chat about how this might benefit your business. But I hope that the information today was helpful. I love that I was able to come on here and chat with you guys. If you have problems opening up the product rating template or the FTF template, let me know. I can just send you your own little copy. But I am going to hop off and I'll come back here and see if you guys have any questions later. Thank you for tuning in. Bye guys. I don't even think I took a sip of my coffee, so I'm going to enjoy that now. Bye.